Mr. Carlson, you're a hard man to track down. I'm Jessica Fletcher.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Horatio said you'd be talking to us. This is Niels Highlander, our construction foreman, Jessica Fletcher.
We met fleetingly yesterday. Did you manage to get your problem straightened out?
I've got no problem, miss. I just do my job the best I can, that's all. Excuse me. I programmed my phone to forward my calls here. Yeah, this is Nils. No. No, you wait. I'll be right there. Amateurs. For help, we've got amateurs.
Strange. Yesterday, he was ready to throttle Horatio Baldwin. Today, he has no problem.
You know, I find it hard to believe what I keep hearing, Mrs. Fletcher, that Horatio was murdered.
The police believe it's possible.
Believe me, it's not. I entered the room not 30 seconds after the security men broke in the door. You could still smell the gunpowder. And that door was bolted shut from the inside. No way anyone could have killed him.
Well, assuming that it was murder, Mr. Carlson, do you have any idea of anyone who might...
Want the old boy dead? Aside from me, that is. Well, let me see. There's his wife and his business manager, Madame Dracula in the sleaze bag. That's two. The bookkeeper, popcorn vendors, dozen or so groundskeepers, the entire steno pool. Shall I continue?
Well, I must confess that I didn't find Mr. Baldwin as lovable as his publicity people painted him.
Face it, Mrs. Fletcher. Beneath the Santa Claus smile beat the heart of a sewer rat. Personally, I think Horatio did the world a big favor, but if it should turn out to be otherwise, please, tell me who to thank. Excuse me, I have work to do.
Afternoon, ma'am. Help you with your luggage?
Oh, I don't have any, but thanks.
Y'all must be going to Kansas City. I'll be leaving about 10 minutes.
Oh, thank you very much.
And ma'am, that flight will be leaving from a special gate. I'll show you. It's down this way.
Well, my ticket agent said it was departure gate B.
Yeah, well, they changed it around at the last minute. All this construction, you know. It's right this way.
But I think I better check the desk.
That won't be necessary, Mrs. Fletcher. We arranged special transportation for you to Kansas City.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gardner, but I've already made my arrangements.
Yes, and we've made ours, too. Please.
A gun? Surely you're joking.
On the contrary, I have someone who's very anxious to meet you, Mrs. Fletcher.
Well, I'll accompany you, but not because you're holding a gun on me, but because my curiosity is aroused. There must be a rational explanation for all this.
There is, Mrs. Fletcher. I'm Erica Baldwin. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Oh, I never refuse messengers bearing deadly weapons.
I'll tell the pilot we're ready for takeoff.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Would you like a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. Black is very becoming to you.
This, I only wear it on special occasions.
4 husbands and 4 funerals. You may be in danger of wearing it out.
You know my reputation, Mrs. Fletcher.
My nephew Bert has been filling me in.
Mrs. Erica Baldwin, one-time showgirl, now America's wealthiest widow, thanks to the untimely demise of 4 husbands. Would it surprise you if I said I loved Horatio very deeply?
Yes, it would.
Then I won't say it.
Since Mr. Gardner risked bringing me here at the point of a gun, I assume he feels a very strong attachment to you.
For the past 2 years, Horatio chose a celibate life, Mrs. Fletcher. With Michael's cooperation, I didn't.
I see.
I understand the police aren't convinced my husband committed suicide, that they think he was murdered.
They're exploring the idea.
They? What about you?
I'm concerned about the fate of a very nice young lady named Laurie Bascom. And if you've shanghaied me here to persuade me to stop, you're out of luck.
That's not it at all, Mrs. Fletcher. We seriously want you to continue. As a matter of fact, that is, Mrs. Baldwin is willing to pay you $100,000 if you can prove that Horatio was murdered.
I neither need nor want your money, Mrs. Baldwin.
Then give it to the starving orphans. They do.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Forgive me. As his principal heir, Mrs. Baldwin, I should have thought that proving murder would be the last thing that you would want.
What I want is ready cash. Horatio's holdings are heavily mortgaged. On the other hand, 11 months ago, he took out a life insurance policy worth $2 million.
And somewhere in the fine print is a clause relieving the company of responsibility if Horatio kills himself.
I told you she was sharp.
So you see, Mrs. Fletcher, I desperately need you to prove that the impossible was possible.
Ready for takeoff, Mrs. Baldwin. Please fasten your seatbelts.
I don't have the faintest idea how I could do that.
But you're going to try.
Jess, here you are. We've been so worried.
I'm so sorry. I tried to call you several times from the airport, but the line was busy.
Oh, Jess, we have company.
Laurie.
Mrs. Fletcher, I wanted to call you. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, it's all right, child.
No, it's not all right. Horatio Baldwin is dead, and I killed him.
Let's get one thing straight. You did not kill Horatio Baldwin.
But if I hadn't left him alone, I was under orders to stay at my desk until he left for the night.
And instead, you got into a knockdown, drag-out fight. Well, that only goes to prove that you're human. Now, Laurie, please, tell us exactly what happened between you and Mr. Baldwin the night he died.
It was ugly, Mrs. Fletcher. I wanted to quit. I couldn't stand it anymore, the way he used people. He threatened me. I begged him to let me go. He said he was going to reveal certain things about my past. When he went back into his office, I followed him. He was acting like a madman, taking delight in my desperation. I could have killed him then and there. I ran out of the room. He followed me to the doorway. He said I'd never work again. I knew he had all the power, but I didn't care. I just wanted to get away. But all he did was laugh. Went back into the room, shutting the door. I heard the bolt slam into place. That was about 6:45. I swear to you, he was in that room alone. The door bolted when I left.
Well, you said he threatened you. Do you mean blackmail?
We're not looking for details. But if he was blackmailing you, he may have had his thumbprints on several other people as well.
He had files on Arnold, Carlson, Nils, all his key people, but I don't know where he kept them.
I should say in his office. All those security precautions, he wouldn't hide them anywhere else.
Just we went over that office top to bottom.
But you were looking for a door, Bert, not a cubbyhole.
That's great. Block it off there. Now let's get that wagon over against that wall.
We've looked up there several times.
Shh. Trying to reason this thing out.
Try not to fall asleep.
Donovan!
Morning, Captain.
I understand you have the Bascom woman.
Yes, sir. And I've questioned her.
Why haven't you arrested her?
Well,
Excuse me. So, what's going on here?
we're searching for Horatio's secret hiding place.
Bennett, you've searched this room 12 times. Nobody could have hidden in here.
Not a person. Files. Secret files.
What secret files?
Don't give me that. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't.
Blackmail, sir. Baldwin had dirt on just about everyone in the company. It's how he kept their loyalty. Now, Mrs. Fletcher believes that the files are hidden somewhere in this office.
Is that right, Mrs.
Jessica?
My God, she's gone.
Bert, what would you say the temperature is in here?
The temperature.